Hello friends, welcome in my YouTube channel Learning Literature with Sudakshana Pathak. So friends, in my today's video, we will talk about English poet John Milton's biography. Friends, John Milton was the poet of Puritan's age. He was a genius poet as he had learned so many languages. There was a lot of command in so many languages. He had also worked as a civil servant in the government of Oliver Cromwell. At that time, he supported the Commonwealth, and it is said that he was very educated poet in English language because there was a great command in so many languages, and apart from this we will discuss in our video. So let's start our video. First of all, we will discuss about his early life. So John Milton was born in Cheapside, London, United Kingdom on 9 December 1608. His father John Milton was a composer of talent who prepared wills and deeds for others, and his mother was Sarah Jeffrey, the daughter of a wealthy merchant. He had an elder sister named Annie and a younger brother named Christopher. He also had two other siblings who had died in their infancy. Now we will discuss about his education. So John Milton was a good student and loved poetry from a very young age. His father also composed music, from whom he got his love for music. He received private tuitions at home, initially from a Scottish tutor named Thomas Gray, who held an MA degree. After being tutored by Thomas Young, John joined the St. Paul's School in London in 1620 to study Greek, Latin and classical languages. He wanted to become a priest in the Church of England and got admitted to the Christ College in 1625. He was expelled from the college for a brief period in 1626 due to some disagreement. He was reinstated in the college in April 1626 and continued his study of ethics, logic, Latin and Greek. During this time, he composed poems in Latin. He received his BA degree from the Christ College in Cambridge in 1629 and was ranked 4th among 24 students. He received his MA degree from the Cambridge University in July 1632. Now we will discuss about his continental tours. After leaving Cambridge, Milton came to his father's country place at Horton near Windsor, where he stayed for 5 to 6 years studying. In 1638, he left on continental tour. He travelled through France, Genoa and Florence. He also paid a visit to Galileo. While he was still on the continent, he received the news that Charles I had attempted to invade Scotland. These preparations for the invasion of Scotland shocked many Puritans. Milton threw it immortal to travel for amusement while his fellow man was fighting at home, so he left his tour in middle. In 1639, he returned to England and settled in London, but he did not take part in the struggle for liberty. Rather, he engaged himself in a schoolmaster. Now, we will discuss about his marriage. When he was 34 years old, John Milton married with Mary Powell, who was 17 years old in May 1642. She separated from him for some years because of his financial problems. They were united later and had 4 children named Annie, Mary, John and Deborah. Mary died in 1652 from complications during the birth of Deborah. After his first wife's death, he married Catherine Woodcook in 1656, who also died 2 years later while giving birth to a daughter. Now we will discuss about his blindness. During the next 12 years, Milton remained absorbed in politics, first as an apologist for the execution of King Charles I and later as Latin secretary under the Commonwealth. During this period, Milton had hardly any time to devote on poetry. The prose tracts written during this time have hardly any value as literature. In the meantime, Milton began to lose his eyesight. In 1652, he became totally blind. He bore this with great courage and equanimity. Blindness gave Milton occasion to rededicate himself to the service of God. In his sonnet on his blindness, he wrote, "They also serve who only stand and wait." After a few days, he married with Elizabeth Minshull in 1663. After this, his release from prison. In 1673, John Milton got embroiled in a public controversy by writing of True Religion, which was a defense of Protestantism. Now we will discuss about his work. Special collections and archives holds a variety of Milton's major works, including Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained, Allegro, and second Penseroso. Paradise Lost is one of the most recognized work in English literature. The first version, published in 1667, contained 10 books. Now we will discuss the epic. After the fall of Commonwealth, he came into disgrace. He was saved from execution partially by Marvell's agitations on his behalf and partially by the fact that some royalists admired his poetry. Yet his position was far from satisfactory. He had lost most of his savings. He was defeated, old and blind. Now he wrote his great epics Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. The last few years of his life were spent by Milton in revising his minor poems for an enlarged edition. Now we will discuss about his death. He died in Charlefront, St. Giles in the United Kingdom on November 8, 1674 and was buried beside his fathers in the Chancel of St. Giles, Crimplegate. His biography in English was published by his nephew Edward Phillips in 1694. His last manuscript, Christian Doctrine, written in Latin, for discovered, translated and published in 1825. A monument was built in the Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey in his honor. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video.